All right. Welcome to our yoga practice, our virtual yoga practice, live and recorded. I'm so glad you can make it here today. We don't need any specific props for today's practice, just yourself, whatever clothes you're wearing, hopefully not too tight, so you're able to, stretch and move a little bit. And you don't even necessarily need a yoga mat. You can always just use the floor. Whatever you've got, we can work with it. Just like instead of a gym membership, you can easily just go running outside. But sometimes it's easier to stay accountable when you've got someone leading you and a couple sort of fun props. So yoga mat if you've got one, and yourself. And I know we've been sitting a lot all day. A lot of us have been sitting a lot doing work from home or that kind of stuff. So actually we're going to start standing. Start standing in a forward fold. This is an evening class, so take your feet a little bit wider, hinge at the hips and fold forward, grabbing those elbows, bend the knees, and fold it down. What my goal is here is that we can release and relax and shake out the head. I think I forgot to mention, my name is Ashley, so welcome. And we're going to hold in this forward fold, so go ahead and find that wide or mid stance, feet about hip distance or a little wider, and let your upper body hang. As much or as little bend in the knees as feels nice for you. And then start to focus on your breath. We've got this gentle movement from side to side. We'll get into the quads, the hip flexors, and the hips also, because those are oftentimes what gets tight when we sit a bunch. And shake out the neck, the head. Focusing in on that deep breath. In through the nose, flow that oxygen down the back of the spine, into the lower belly. Pull it down in the lower belly, finding a big balloon-like inhale, and exhale slowly out through the nose as the oxygen heads up through the front of the chest and up the nose again, creating your CO2. And bending those knees a little bit more. Get kind of comfy there. Take your left hand down on the floor. Right arm reaches up into a twist or a little twist. It can be hand parallel to the floor, or we reach up, stacking the shoulders. We'll do that little flow back and forth. Exhaling, right hand down. Left arm reaches up. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale, rise. Twist to the right. Exhale down. Inhale, reach up, left side. Exhale down. Inhale, reach up, right side. Down. One more time, reach up with that left arm. And take it down. Bend the knees and slowly roll yourself up to a seated, or not a seated, a standing pose. Do a couple of shoulder rolls. And we've got an intention or a focus for today on this card. So I've been using these affirmation cards for a practice, and I pick one out, or either one that's relevant to my day, someone else's day, or we pick one at random. And today I chose one that I needed, so you might need this as well. It is, I am focused. Today we are going to cultivate some focus. I devote my energy to what truly matters. So when our life changes, we can get a little scattered. So we're going to find a new normal, whether that's in our yoga practice or in our work or daily life, and find a bit more focus. And remembering what truly matters is what's going to help that focus. So today we'll do some focus with our poses, our drishti, our gaze will help our focus, and bringing awareness to our body movements. So I'll come back to that affirmation every so often. So we're going to take the feet wide if they weren't already. Bend the knees, just staying soft. So let's stand up for a little bit. Hands by your thighs. Take a deep breath in. Hands pull up through the center of the body up to the shoulders. Exhale, float the hands down. So deeper breaths. And what can help sometimes that low back, or really your entire being, is that deep breath. When we're sitting on a computer most of the day, we can bring in that shallow breath where it only fills the top third of our chest, top third of our torso. So here, let's bring it back down into the bottom, the pit of our bellies, and expand and create space in that lower back and midsection. Take one more deep breath, hands to shoulders. Exhale, float it down. Straight legs, if they were bent with the knees, let's straighten the legs, hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, press the palms together, lift the heart and spread the shoulders and collarbone. Look up, take an inhale, and look down, take an exhale. Right ear to right shoulder, and keep breathing. Bring it around, left ear to left shoulder. Find some focus into that neck and shoulder area. And we can get a little bit sort of crunchy in the shoulders. So we're going to keep standing, but lift the head so it's back up on top of your shoulders, little bend in the knees. Take your arms next to your side, so releasing the hands. And we'll just use right hand first. So right arm, make a fist. We do a big circle towards the body. So like your arms are an arm on a face of a clock. Big circle, up and around. So if you're in keyboard mode most of the day, then this should feel pretty nice on the shoulders, a big circular rotation. So this practice also a little bit of yoga for energy, even though it is an evening practice. We gain energy or get some energy out first just to get rid of sort of the thoughts of the day. Switch directions. So we start a little bit faster and then end a little slower and quieter. So we need to get our body ramped up, going, and then we'll slowly come down. And after those arm circles, switch arms. So take the left arm or the right arm, whichever one you didn't do. Internal rotation. And try to stay as close or as flat to your body as you can. Reaching all the way around. Feel that left shoulder, right, whatever one you're rotating. Switch directions. And we continue to breathe into focusing on the shoulder, the mobility of the shoulder. And yeah, we could be like in a warrior two or some other stance with this, but we're just going to keep a wide, stable stance to keep us upright. All right, to bring that arm down. Then another thing we'll do, we'll sort of double it up there. So make fists with both hands and go inside big circles. And you can go as fast or as slow as you would like. Finding like a tiny little back bend at the top. And on the other side of this, over you guys at home, if you want to play some music, you are welcome to play whatever your favorite is. I won't have music streaming, but you are welcome to add some yourself. Switch directions with the arms. A head to toe warm up here coming up. Ooh, my shoulders, feeling it. Okay, I'm gonna shake that out a little bit. So stay with that wide stance. We're still gonna stay standing. This would be maybe challenging in the morning if to stand this much this early in the morning, but in the evening, not so bad. So we're gonna take our elbows and pull them back. Elbows to about in line with the shoulders, and then the palms come up, press back, and then take the hands down, press towards the back of the room. Again, the elbows stay in line with the shoulders. Try to rotate through the shoulders. Do that about 4 more times. Inhale up, exhale down. So the belly is still in. We're not doing cat-cow pose. Work just on shoulder movement and mobility. The hands might pass the plane of the body, behind your head, behind your back, but the elbows stay where they are. All right, so we got one more. Take an inhale. Exhale, take it down. Ooh, shoulders. I tell ya. So getting a little bit more into lower body now, not lower body, but maybe that core. So bend in the knees again. We take our hands on your hips. Not like you're mad. Let's take them off the hips. Take the shoulder and the elbow forward and back, doing a little rotation through the midsection. Little rotation, like a hummingbird. The hips stay forward, pointed forward. The gaze stays forward, focus. You can look at me or you can look at something beyond where I am to take the shoulders and elbows forward and back, just moving from your neck to just above the hips. This is gonna help with some of that digestion, lower back tightness, any stuck points through the torso, core strength. And then you're gonna let your hands fall, relax, and the hips can relax a little bit here too. As you make little vibrations on your lymph nodes, so right above where the collarbone is, right below the collarbone, and your kidneys, so lower back. So we're swaying from side to side, adding some vibrations to get some energy, prana flowing into the body. And I'll be careful not to hit my microphone here. And this is more relaxed, so your arms are long. This is called Tibetan body pounding. Tibetan body pounding. But it's not intense. It's a very light, gentle, relaxing, meditative style, just to work with vibrations. All right, then you can take the feet a little wider. I'm doing a Tai Chi style move called Tiger Whirlwind. Turning over to the right side, I'm gonna try to mirror you here. Right side, you pivot on the heels, so turn to the right side, arms are loose. Take an inhale, whirl your hands around, and gentle press the hands away from you, shift your body to the left. Let that go as you inhale, big whirlwind around, exhale, gentle press. Keep going. Notice your lower back as you press. See if you can find some strength in that core to keep you balanced and steady. And let's just do a couple more. You might have a different pace than me, that's okay. 2 more. And then step the feet together, reach up, step the feet wherever they land. Exhale, just float the hands down next to the sides of your body. And we'll head to some sun salutations. So either feet together or slightly apart. Let's focus on each breath with each movement. We'll do the first one a little bit slower, and then after that we'll do a little bit faster. So sun salutations. Standing tall in your mountain pose. Shoulders roll back, chest lifted, quads engaged so your hips are neutral, and press firmly through the feet. As you inhale, reach those arms out and up, lift up, look up. Exhale, open the arms, leading with the heart, forward fold. Bend in the knees as much as you would like to. Lengthen through the back, lifting halfway. Hands can be on the shins or the floor in front of you, gazing just beyond the top of the mat. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Plant your hands down and step the feet back, both feet back to plank pose. So if you're lifting in the hips a little bit, shift it forward so that your shoulders are over the wrists. Gaze at the top of the mat. We hold here and check out that plank strength. Press into the hands, not so that you lift too much, but enough so you've got this nice strong foundation. Fingertips spread wide, breath is steady, gaze is focused at the top of the mat, elbows point to the back of the room. If your breath gets choppy or labored, that's a good cue indicator to back off. And here we can take the knees down, that's awesome. As we head to that chaturanga or tricep push-up, Shift forward from the knees or the toes, sending the heart and shoulders forward. Bend the elbows up to 90 degrees, maybe a little less. Flatten the feet and press the heart forward in between the shoulders. Gaze forward, knees up or down, depending on how you want this up dog, modified or not. Look down towards the floor, press into the hands using that core strength. Lift those hips up and back. Downward facing dog. This is our first downward facing dog. Bend the knees one at a time. Shake out the head if you want to. It is our first down dog. Awesome. Good. Let's take those feet forward by stepping or jumping to the top of the mat. I'll jump next time, but for the first one, I like to take it slow myself too. Lengthen through that back half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, looking forward, reach those arms out, rise up. Exhale, hands by your side. Just let that go, or you can take your hands to your heart as well. Do that again. Inhale, reach out and lift the arms and gaze. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump to the top, to the back of the mat for plank pose, planting the hands down. Inhale, shift forward up on the toes, from the knees or the toes. Exhale, elbows to rib cage, bend and shift forward. Upward dog, inhale, heart forward. Exhale, hips go up and back. Use your core strength to draw yourself to down dog. Take that gaze or focal point between the toes, maybe up towards the knees or shins. Take 2 more deep breaths in this down dog. Good. Bend your knees on the end of the exhale. Step or hop forward to the top of your mat. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale as you rise up, look forward, reach out to bend the knees as you lift. Exhale, let it go. Let's do one more Sun Salutation A or Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hand, step or jump back, plank. Shift forward, inhale. Exhale, elbows in, 90-degree bend or less. Up dog, inhale, heart open. Exhale, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. From that down dog, we do one more breath. And on the exhale, bend the knees, look forward, preparing to jump or step to the top of the mat. Exhale, or finish the exhale. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, standing in tall, reach out, lift up. Grab onto your right wrist with your left hand. Pull upward and lean to the side, side bend. Look up towards that right shoulder, right elbow. Press the top elbow back, soften the shoulders. Side bends. We're trying to work through the different directions that our spine moves. You know, there are usually 6 directions, sometimes one more, but side to side, twist right and left, front and back. And then lift up, lengthen. Exhale, grab the other wrist, switch to the other side. And there's sometimes the long axial lengthening, what we would do if we're standing in mountain pose and trying to get taller. But we mostly focus for that core strength on those base 6 directions. You get a little bit more, maybe. Right, lift back up, inhale. Release the hands by your side. Bend the knees, sit back in chair pose. Sit back, open those arms, reach out and up, circle them up, chair pose. Knees stay behind the toes. Strengthen through your midsection by drawing the core of the belly in and keeping a flat, straight line from crown of the head down out through the tailbone. So no tucking, but also no arching. Bend the elbows and pull the elbows back. Lift the heart through now. We add a little back bend. Exhale, round forward, shoulders and elbows together. Connect them. Inhale, open up. So we got this chair cat and cow pose. Just after I told you to keep your spine in neutral. Now we're going to move it. One more, open up. Keep the knees bent. Exhale, round it forward. Inhale, open up, cactus arms, neutral now. Reach up. On your next exhale, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Right foot steps forward, left foot steps back. Lunge, low lunge. Take the knee down. Flatten that foot. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Fingertips stay down. So you got this nice kneeling lunge. Back foot is flat, almost as if, and you can try this, press into the top of the foot and take the knee up. Or you get lighter on that knee so we don't put as much pressure on it. Left hand stays down on the inside of that right leg. Reach the right arm forward, up and around for the twist. And as much space as you want or need from your left hand to your foot is great. Roll the shoulders back and down, gaze up, look up, reach up. And then it's up to you if you want to get lighter on the left hand, maybe fingertips. You're going to feel more activation through that front leg as you press a little heavier through the heel and pull in towards your body. Moving on, right hand reaches forward and down to the outside of the right leg. Straighten that right leg, pull the toes back, half splits. This has been a favorite of mine so far, is this simple kneeling lunge twist with a half splits. And we might add a little intensity later in practice with those same poses, but after our bodies are a bit more warm. So if you want to rotate or move the toes right to left like a little windshield wiper, just feel the shins, the calf, the ankle. Can you fold down a little bit farther? All right, this next pose, for those of you who knees are not your thing or knees are not feeling so awesome, I'll give you a different option. So then we lift up just slightly from the half split, sit back on the left heel, right? But sit to the inside of the left foot. So it depends how that left knee is feeling. We roll that left calf away from the leg and sit that left hip down. If this is not happening for the knee, bring the foot forward into this little bent knee position, half butterfly style, okay? And same for the other side. So either way, this half hero or the Janu Sirsasana leg, or that half butterfly. So we lift up nice and tall, turn the body and the torso in line with that right leg, the extended leg. Reach up tall. See what we can do to press down through that left hip, left side. Reach forward, and your hands will come down somewhere on both sides of that right leg. It might be a fold forward a little bit deeper. I'm gonna stay a little more upright. Lately, life is not about this, especially what we're going through lately. It's not about doing your absolute best in every single thing. Sometimes it's just showing up. And that's the biggest reason I'm hosting these live classes is I know that you can do yoga anywhere else, anytime, anywhere online, so many places, YouTube videos, everything. But the purpose of these is to keep you accountable and as best as we can when we can't be in person. So to be here and show up, I know that's the hardest thing. So thank you for being here. All right, lift back up in the upper body. We're gonna shift. Let's bring that left leg around, take it forward, and try this. We're gonna do a little wiggle out of the legs. Bend the knees, lean back, lift the heart, and add a little core strength, lift the legs, boat pose. Reach forward, shoulders back, focus your gaze. Again, gaze drishti, that's your focal point. It can really help you focus on the breath, the sensations of your body, and your focal point. So you're looking beyond the toes, maybe up slightly. Hug those knees and squeeze them together. And then literally hug your knees and squeeze them in. And those of you who your spine doesn't feel great, you don't have to do the roll. You can use your hands to get up. I'm gonna roll back, roll forward into chair pose. And there might be a different journey for you. Just do what's best for your body. So I'm gonna do the roll back version. Roll back, momentum, roll forward, lift up, chair pose. Back to that lovely chair. Elbows bend to those cactus arms. We've got the other side. So we open up, squeeze, find this little cat pose or cow pose in chair. Exhale, round, pulling everything in, elbows, forearms connecting. Inhale, open up, arch the back. Exhale, round it forward. My battery's getting low. Open up. I'll do my best to finish. Exhale, round. And one more time, open up. Exhale, round. I'll do my best to finish as long as I can. This might be a slightly shorter practice. So you're gonna take arms, elbows to 90 degrees, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Keep the left foot down this time, right foot steps back, knee comes down. Flatten the foot. Right hand stays down. We're gonna reach up with that left arm. Shoulders rolling back. Lengthen that right leg. Maybe even lighten the load on that right knee. You might keep the toe pointed and extend, and then maybe lighten the load on the right hand, fingertips only. You kind of get to choose the depth of where you would like to go. And then reach that left arm forward, down, and around and down to the outside of the left leg. Left leg straightens as you send the hips so they're directly over left knee. Pull the left toes back, lengthen through the back, and fold over left leg, half splits. Rock those feet, the toes, left toes side to side. And then sitting back towards that right heel. And again, if you need to or want to swing that right leg around instead, I'll face this way so you see what's going on. I'm going to sit on the inside of that right leg, roll that right calf away, knees in line with the hip, both knees in line with the hip, and my right toes point straight back. So it's half hero pose. Or you're taking your foot to the inner thigh with a bent knee out to the side. So make sure you get heavier on that right side, sitting up tall, turning over left leg, reach up. Exhale forward, taking the hands towards the toes. Or to the floor. Again, not the deepest fold you've ever done, that's okay. Just being here and finding that deep breath. This moment of quiet, of self-care. You're doing this for you. You are an important and critical person in both your family, your work, wherever you are. And so one thing that we really, really, I think, need to do, especially now, is this self-care. The first thing that often goes in times of struggle and stress is self-care. So I commend you for showing up today. That I am focused. I devote my energy to what truly matters. And you and your care yourself. You truly matter. Okay, let's lift back up. Okay, swing that right leg around. Knees together, lean back. Lift the legs, again, boat pose, nice and tall. Reach forward. And breathe. You might be on your elbows or forearms here today. You might be skipping this pose, keeping your feet down. It's all good. Back to chair pose one more time. Hug the knees in. Roll or not to get to chair pose. You'll find your way. I know you will. Chair pose, bend the elbows. Inhale, open up. Exhale, round, take it forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. And round. Back to neutral. Reach up and fold forward. Exhale. Heel toe those feet a little bit wider, about hip distance or so. Bend the knees and roll yourself up to a standing pose. That tall mountain with wider legs. Reach up. Hands behind the back. Interlace once more, press down. Forward fold again. Just taking some movement through the hips, shoulders, the neck relaxed. Bend the knees and rise up. Reach up. Hands to your heart. Heel toe the feet a little even more wider. So toes turn out slightly, heels in. Bend the knees, yogi squat. So we'll be here for just a little while to allow some space into those hips. Move around a bit. Add a little twist. And if you're an arm balancer and you want to try it, you can always head to crow pose or the arm balance. I'll give you that option. So those of you who want to just stay in this awesome pose, please do. A great hip opener. And for those of you playing around with arm balances, you can always put a pillow or something out in front of you. Arms in front of you, shoulder distance, hands down, spread the fingers wide. Lift the heels, bend the elbows, keep looking, like looking at me. Lift, shift forward, get light on the toes. You might lift one toe or two, 1 foot or 2 feet. And you're hugging the knees onto your arms, hugging them on, squeezing towards midline. Crow pose. So it's a pretty low crow pose today, nothing too crazy. But there's a few ways to do that. And then come back down into your squat. Do a twist from there. Left hand stays down. It's kind of a gentle twist, but deeper hip opening. Right arm reaches up. You can keep your body forward. You can even take your hand to knee. The more that you twist, the more you're going to feel into that low back. There's also an option to bind for more of a shoulder, chest, and back opening. Right hand goes behind you, left hand goes behind your left knee. Or if you're doing the opposite and looking at me, right hand goes around the right knee and look up past that top shoulder. And you'll start to feel the ankles a little here, at least I know I am. So let's release that, come back to center. Deep breath in. And exhale, switch sides, right hand on the outside, left arm reaching up. The option for the bind, you can grab a towel or a strap or something if you would like to get that bind hand to hand and the hands don't quite connect. Good, releasing the hands from this side, hands back to your heart, lift up tall, hands to the ground, lengthen the legs, toes point forward, forward fold. Grab those legs like you're giving your legs a hug. Shake up the head. Then re-bend those knees again back into your squat and we'll sit down, all the way down. So use those hands to help you sit. Toes to the top of the mountain and then come down towards our back. So reach forward, lower down slowly, slide down or roll down. And take a long, lengthening stretch out, reaching the hands back, toes forward. Bend the knees about hip distance apart. Hands reach forward towards the heels. We'll do a flowing bridge pose. Pressing into the feet, lift the hips as you reach the hands up and back. Inhale. Exhale back towards the ground. Inhale, lift the hips, reach the arms back. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, and we'll do one more. Inhale, lift. It's good to strengthen that low back, especially after sitting a lot all day. Exhale, lower down. And keep the palms down next to the heels. Press into the feet and lift the hips, regular bridge pose. Squeeze those shoulders together. Activate through the back of the body as you open up the front. Good, and lower back down. Take your right ankle up or right leg up, ankle over the knee. Press that right knee away, a lying down reclined figure four. So you're gonna grab that left shin or thigh or shin, and pull the legs up towards your upper body. Flex through the feet, right foot and left. And going into our twist from this pose, we're gonna hug the knees closer together. So wrap that right leg over the left. Use your left hand to draw the knees down to the sides of your mat. Lift up onto your left hip and reach the right arm out to the side. Keep that right shoulder heavy, gaze soft. Let's switch. Take that right leg, both legs up. Unwind. Left leg straight up, ankle to the knee. Hug the legs towards the upper body without lifting the head or the shoulders. We're going to take the hands onto the shin or the thigh and pull the ankle closer to you. Left knee trying to draw away from you, so you get that little rotation in the hip. You'll feel it right out in the outside of the leg. Flexing the feet because that's better for the knee. Good, now cross those legs, left leg over right. Use your right hand to guide the legs down to the side. Lift up onto the right hip and extend the left arm out to the side. Okay, bringing those legs back up to the center. Unravel the legs, hug the knees in. Both feet down on the floor, knees open wide. Hold there. You can take one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart, or both to feel your breath, your heartbeats. And focus again simply to your breath. Notice the sensations of your body. Notice your thoughts, your mind, the mind stuff. Notice any attachments you might be holding on to, and we start to release them. Any stress, worry, whatever's not serving you in this moment. Focus on what truly matters. And what truly matters is what is happening here and now. Your breath, your relaxed state of being, and not much else. So you can stay in this pose for a few minutes or head to Shavasana from here and stay as long as you'd like. I'm going to be here for about 5 minutes and I'll stay here, guide you out when we are ready. I hope that you stay for Shavasana. We are ending just a few minutes early just to allow for us to finish our practice and feel complete. But a home practice, I think, as long as we can get, a few minutes, even 30 minutes to 45 minutes is amazing. So thank you so much for joining. If you need to go, I understand, but I encourage you to stay here, rest, and enjoy this time of focused silence for a few minutes. All right, slowly start to take a deep breath and a slow exhale. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And of course, you are welcome to stay here longer. In fact, I encourage it. I usually go into Shavasana for about 10% of my class time. So in an hour-long class, 4 to 6 minutes. But sometimes that 10 to 15 minutes can feel really, really great. Take a long stretch, reaching overhead. Roll onto your side. And then gently pressing back up to a seated pose. Comfortable, tall, hopefully encouraged and focused. I am focused. I devote my energy to what truly matters. And we leave with that affirmation in mind, that intention of devoting your time to what truly matters as we move forward in the next few days and weeks. So let's take an inhale, reach the arms overhead, connecting your practice, bringing everything together, hands connected to, and then down to your heart as you exhale. One more inhale, thumbs press to heart center. Letting go, exhale. Thank you so much for joining in this evening practice. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you next time. Namaste. Thanks, Jackie.